Hi, this is John Charles in Bellevue. It's very important to make this video. I'm having so many conclusive facts start enter the picture here, and the corruption just continue to be a constant here in Bellevue and in Seattle and in other hotspots around the country, such as Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Portland, Oregon, where police are hiding with lots of funds that they pulled out yesterday. This has been ongoing, though, running through Portland, then down to California. Also, Mama, the Arabic Mexican connection going into accounts in Los Angeles, moving money. The big problems with the subsidiary accounts being pulled out, such as with Heinz, emptying out our original accounts. We're seeing this happen with a lot of my stocks, and it could be what happened originally with the Sci Fund. Sephora owes me money. Sephora owes me a lot, and what I need is legal support to get this money back. They took $20 million from John Charles. It's not a joke. It's not a game. And that was my father. We see this in my articles about Quest. You can listen to it and read about it and understand they used JOHN, which is my great-great-great-grandfather's name, to run my money through, and would not change that name and try to make that legal. This is how Quest and CenturyLink really got rolling with the money and mixed in with Paul Allen with the stadiums. This has been a crime, and John C. This has been going on for a long time. Our concrete profits have been absolutely just destroyed, and it can't happen. We want the money back. This is not a game. This is not a game. They're rendering money linked to glues, linked to medical experiments, collagen proteins. This has got to stop now. I want my money. It's not a game. Now that I've linked to our World Trade, Gilbert, Sir Walter Raleigh, the Cabots, the Gilberts, the stepbrothers of Sir Walter Raleigh, being direct links to my family, and the direct stories in the trust about the first Thanksgiving and the first children in North American continent are all true, and they do link to the German-Italian Habsburg-Estes bloodline of ours, which means they had very royal blood linked to my family when they came from Hertford down, and linked with Drake. Now, this is very important because now we start to see Hin, and we start to see Wolfskill, and now we have Spreckles, and we also have the tallow people out of Hawaii mixing the tallows with coconut oil to give us these coconut oil profits in makeup and tanning lotions and things like that, which you tried to disprove. So Spreckles now links all those properties on the West Coast, linked to Hin. They link to Wolfskill with Valencia oranges or orange groves, our Pacific Coast Produce Coalition, and Spreckles are properties that run up into Washington to the Brunswick-Lunenburg line. Hill, who was investing in many things with the married to the Princess of Romania, who was actually a daughter of our line, which means she wasn't a major person, but the bloodline was actually included in the investments of the Germans on the West Coast, and what they were murdered between World War I and World War II. I take no responsibility for Adolf Hitler. I was related to Willy Brandt and Wilhelm. Whatever happened with Wilhelm Nicholas and the King of England is something that we will never answer. There were cousins, and there were problems, and it's unfortunate things headed the way they did for our family in that sense. But what the truth of the matter is, King George was my family, and when he came into England for the Colonial War, we already had family here with these traders that we're talking about, the families of the traders. And Drake invented the first drill bit, offshore drill bit. Howard Hughes was the second. We can see similarities in the second Howard Hughes, definitely in blood characteristics. So we have to believe that when he got his second patent on that second drill bit that followed Drake's drill bit, who was linked to our family, that was German industrialism that helped him with the second patent. And there are definitely ties to the Hughes family and the Las Vegas money. We're also finding that San Gianconi is very much linked, and we're having problems with the Skybridge account with the United States government official taking over the Skybridge account, being a manager for that account, and that's a different direction we don't want to head right now. What we are solidifying the fact that those properties on the West Coast do belong to my family, and they are problems with the county assessors in Marin County and Also with the land offices, those serious lawsuits. We do not want to give those properties up. Also, my concerns with this Frank, whatever his name, in horse racing right now, trying to take over these properties all the way around the West Coast. A lot of these horse racing accounts were ours, and they were subsidiary accounts. Now they're being affected by his corruption. Also, the Greek corruption. One crime, Andy Fortier, Windermere Properties, linked to Duff McKagan. His best friend, his family's best friend was Corsten, who was with G. Morez, was a blonde girl, not a Greek. So he has a new friend on his Facebook. It doesn't look like the old Andy, and he is Greek. So we have an infiltration of people taking over properties and money. I'm hoping that Andy Fortier is alive and well, and Duff McKagan is alive and well, because I believe Andy was on Duff McKagan's property about the time they said he disappeared and went on vacation. This is not the Corsten. Carson has her hair cut short, and it's been blonde for many years, and it looks fantastic like that. The pictures I'm seeing on Andy Fortier's page looks like doubling in murder. My concerns right now is what Andy Fortier and his wife Karen Dawson stole from me years ago, and their friend Art Messer, who was very involved in traveling, very illegal with the money. Basically, I want to get right back to the point. Those West Coast properties are not Google's properties, where there is no Google Microsoft war, there's no Google Apple war. What we want is rent on the properties, and I want them off the properties if I don't start getting paid. Sergio Brin, Larry Page are criminals and murderers. I want my fucking money. I want Bezos off the properties too in Seattle. I want my fucking money. Same thing with Paul Allen. This is John Charles in Seattle. This is not a game. John Charles in Bellevue. I'm talking about Wolfskill, Hinn, and Spreckles, basically, and then Hill up in Seattle. This is the West Coast finance that belongs to the Charles Trust. Because of the murders, we fall in line of all the German Protestants between World War I and World War II. We were not Nazis. I'm John Charles. Oh, and by the way, let's talk about Vander Dijk, and let's talk about Warner and Warner. How many German kings or princes were named Warner or Vander Dirk? I want to know. Or Van Dam, or Van Slaughter, or Vanderdam. The name Charles and the name Frederick and the name William is my father's name. It is nothing but one of the most repetitious royal names in the history of the world. Don't say our name isn't in the will. It is the fucking will. I'm John Charles. Fuck you, Mayor Durkin. No, fuck you, Mayor Durkin. Get your son and get Dunlumber out of our motherfucking money. Get out of office. You need to get out of Seattle now. You're nothing but a criminal.